Good morning, Rabbi Sai. We are holding in Chulin Daf Yud Gimel. Yes. Last time we learned, we got to the Mishnah in the bottom of Mudal. So we're going to start straight from the Mishnah, and that's what we're going to start Daf Yud Gimel. Talk to Mishnah. Shchitas oivid kachovim nevelo umetamo b'mas. A shchita b'goy is not only it's asur, we can't rely on it. It's nevelo. Nevelo means considered to be like an animal died on its own, and it causes tumor. Like any other nevelo, and it causes tumor. So even more because the tumor is mas. We'll see more about the meaning. It's a nevelo that causes tumor. And the Gemara is going to ask what's shabbos. Says the Gemara. Neveloin isur hano loy. Says davka the nevelo. It's not also about no. Goy goes and checks. And also about no, just it's an available. Available you could give to the dogs. Montana, who is it? It's not like a blazer. Here, a blazer he holds a goy. Whenever you do something, he does for a desire. So this was not a shechita stam, it's a shechita l'shem for desire. If the shem for desire, you're not allowed to enjoy it. Rabbi Abi Omar Chiktan shechita kachovim nevelo hademin la'avodas kachovim. When we die from our Mishnah, regular goy, so the shechita is available. But it means someone who is a priest. That's what Rashi says. Mean is a priest. Rashi says shechita mean the Yisrael. How we talk about someone who does the he says we talk about here a min a Yisrael who is he basically is a convert. He's a prayer. So shchitas mean is avodas kachovim, and that's a problem. Then if you shech, so you say it's avodas zarah. This goes like we learned when you started going down from the back. You saw that. You follow chat. Shchitas mean avodas kachovim. The mean who is a priest basically. He is a does avodas zarah. His intention of avodas zarah. Piso paskusi, you treat it bread like a kusi, you're not letting his bread. Yein no yein nesech, his wine is ayin nesech, that's why a Yisrael who's a min, you now touch his wine. Svar of sifrei koismim, if you wrote a sefer Torah, filim mezuzos, so it's considered to be avodas zarah, and you have to burn the sefer Torah. Peroisov tveilim, and these fruits are hevel, which means you don't trust his trubas of Isis. His children are mamzerim because he's not careful with his wife, and you don't assume his wife was with other people. But Tanakama disagrees about the wife. He says, listen, he did everything wrong, but the wife, he's not allowing the wife to go play games. Omamar, shchitas of kachovim nevelo. It's a nevelo. How can you just assume that's mutar ba'ano, just an nevelo? It's like a dead animal that died on its own. Maybe it did l'shem v'dazaro. There's no such thing. A guy is not a mean. Mean is really a priest. They're not mean. They're not like completely devoted. So they're like chazin. What are we talking about? Of course there is guys that are devoted. The majority of goyim are not meaning. Says the goyim in chutzarts, they're not really worship of the Zohar. They're not. They're just doing. Their forefathers had a cross. They have a cross too. They don't really believe in the Zohar. So that's why it's not. We don't really assume they're doing the Zohar. Big insight to know that. So many goyim, that's why even if they're going around with a cross, and Moshe has a few truths about it, doesn't mean they really believe and know what they're talking about. They just do it because that's what they grew up on. We assume for a goy is not a mean. Talk about shchito. Has to shchitas mean the Yisrael? Say by Yisrael, who is a min, you're saying it's also. Of course, a guy is going to be also. You can't eat it. Hello, muridim. What's muridim? So you put it into a pit to kill him. Hashtag Yisrael Muridim Kerchovi Bai. Yisrael was a min, you can kill him. So of course, a guy talking about here, what's the idea of killing? Not just killing stuff, killing it. You don't want Jews to become goy. So someone who does that, you can kill him. You could throw him into the pit. So that we don't need a chiddush for that. We're talking about is going to be korbanos. Korbanos I do not accept from a Jew who is not keeping, who's a min. But a goy I do accept. We saw that before. It says mikem v'lo kulchem. You don't accept korban from everybody. Lo itzi es a mumar. A mumar doesn't believe. You don't accept from him a korban.
How was it different than a goy? He left. He's
a Jew.
He left Yiddishkeit. He converted away from Yiddishkeit.
Yes.
So he's not a goy.
No. You know what? He never a Jew. Yisrael abishachat Yisrael. There's no way to leave Yiddishkeit. You mean? He needs to be,
He's in this like
category of
He left, but
he never leave.
He never fully leave.
Mikem, bachem chilakti, veloy boiv tikachovim. By a goy, you don't chaluk between a goy who was of the Zor or not. You accept always the korban from him. Maybe who said that's shot? Maybe Yisrael mitzadiki kabel meshila to kabel. As we said before, Yisrael, yes, only part of Yisrael. Maybe you don't accept any korbanos from a goy. Well, the secondary the Tanya ish matam ish. The rabbis of Kechovi shenoidim and Dorim Dovas Yisrael. So that is a din that a goy could bring korbanos, and the chiddush is a goy who is oiv the desire you still accept a korban. And what's the idea? The idea behind it is that a goy is not connected to Hakadosh anyway. He's not part of Hakadosh. So by him, when Hashem said the special dispensation that he can bring a korban, I don't care how close he is to Hashem. You have a special Indian that you can bring a korban from a goy. By Yisrael, only when he's close to Hashem, you can do it. If he's not, you can't. When you carry, you get a tumor. If it's a nevela, come on the nevela, metal maso. This specific one, shchita of a goy, has a din of nevela, as it has a tumas maso, which when you carry, you get a tumor. Not more than anything else, but there's something else which could be much more chomer, which would be metam be'oil. What's oil? I mean, you put it in a house, anything in the house becomes tum. Where do we find such a thing in the world? Which the thing causes too much oil? Mace. So what are we talking about? Something which is brought as a korban of a desire. An animal, this is a korban of a desire. That becomes too much mace. Could that be the Meseira said that, as we'll see in a moment, that a guy's korban for a desire has a din of a mace. Some have a different gears. What the Mishnah says is, in other words, the only tumor we know is mas. The second use of Rashi is to read and another one means the next you can get in tumor of a goy is a masa and not more than ever. What is it going to tell you? There's never be tumor soya. In other words, the Shaila is our Mishnah saying this over here when he did a regular shechita is only tumas maso. But if he did for a korban is a tumas mace, or the opposite. Everything is only tumas maso, never tumas mace. That's my question. How do you know that a korban of a goy has a din of tumas mace? They did it with the zara, and they ate zivche mace. What zivche mace? Ma mace metal be'oil. After korban metal be'oil, so he learns that a korban of the zara is metal be'oil, and he now will say the same thing. So the shilas of our Mishnah agrees and not agree with him. These are the two girsas that we have in argument. Look the Mishnah. Hashoichet balaylo, someone who shechts at night. Bechen asumo, someone who's blind. Shchita, sheshokat shchita zakshir. In other words, you should have light. You should be able to see. But if you didn't see, someone who knows what he's doing, it's fine. Says the Gemara, 1 second. Hashoichet the evedi in lechatchila light. The evedi could do it. Lechatchila you shouldn't do it at night. Very meaning, lo yilum sheichatim. Bein bayoyim b'malala. It says you can check the day and night. So what's the problem? Even though talk about what's the chiddush Rosh is a problem of the Zohar. Even though it looks like of the Zohar, you do it in Rosh Hagag, it looks that his baby. He doesn't throw. You can't put the blood into the offer. So you're not allowed. So the chiddush said maybe to put the blood over the Zohar. Same thing by the boat. He ate with the bluff over the Zor. Taste brings another chat, but we want to tell you, no, don't worry about it. You can check wherever you want. You're in the night. Very simple. You have light or not. If you have electricity, you can do shchita. The shlachtas you can go and do that. But in our Mishnah that says b'diavad only, you don't have light. You don't have light, so only b'diavad is okay. Remember there's two Mishnahs. One says you can check day and night. Actually, when the night is like the day when you have light. But else it says don't check. If you did for a night or for a blind person, it's okay. Blind person is like no light. So you're basically saying this is a no light situation. And with this, we finish Daf Yud Gimel. So we went quickly through the Amud base.